Welcome to Real to the T, where the real gets realer, the tea gets hotter, and the motivation hits harder than your favorite espresso martini. Hosted by Amanda Rupley, top 1% realtor, best-selling author, speaker, and founder of Aspire Realty Group. This show is your VIP pass to the chaos, comedy, and candid truth behind real estate, pop culture, and life as a boss mom building an empire. From wild closings to headline-sparking hot takes, and that final sprinkle of inspiration you didn't know you needed. Nothing's filtered and nothing's off limits. So buckle up. It's time for Real to the T.
You know how they say blondes have more fun?
No, I don't.
Well, today I've got who I call the strawberry to my blonde sitting right beside me. She's a powerhouse in real estate, a top producer here in Frisco, and really all of DFW, and someone who makes this crazy industry not just successful, but way fun. We have a good time together.
We do.
Get ready because Carrie Himel is here to spill the tea with me today.
Hi, everyone. Super happy to be here.
Yes. All right, guys, welcome back to Real to the Tea, friends. I'm Amanda Rupley, your realtor, team leader, podcast host, and your go-to for the real and the tea in real estate and life. Today, I'm thrilled to have one of my real estate besties joining me. Carrie Himel is not just one of the most respected agents in the area, but she is a top producer with Compass, a trusted advisor to hundreds of families, and a brilliant businesswoman who knows how to scale and sustain success in this market. She does own multiple businesses, which I'm sure we will get into. Her reputation, of course, speaks for herself because that's all I hang out with. Birds of a feather flock together, right?
True.
She's been featured in D Magazine as one of the best realtors. She runs a high-performing group and has built a brand grounded in both strategy and heart. And outside of contracts and closings, she is the strawberry to my blonde, partner in crime when it comes to navigating this real estate roller coaster. Carrie.
Hi. Wow, what an intro. Thank you.
Welcome to the show.
Thanks. Can I get that written down?
Oh, my goodness.
Look at that every day and remind myself. I'm doing okay. Doing okay.
So we had Jared here last week.
Love Jared.
Oh, my gosh. Jared calls us the spicy duo.
Yes. Yes. Poor Jared hates to see this duo coming. Hates to see us walking up to his office door. He knows that we've got something up our sleeves. He knows we have a complaint, a problem, a solution. But he knows it's
a request. We often have a lot of requests.
A request. He knows it's going to be trouble because he knows it's going to be well thought out. We have a plan. We're kind of just telling him maybe what had happened already.
Right. Exactly. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah. No, it's funny too because whenever if there's something going on and I'll text him and he'll just laugh and he's like, LOL, just got the same text from Carrie. I'm like, of course you did because you and I had already been texting about it on the side.
I mean,
whatever. It is what it is. Sometimes, sometimes this is what's necessary to get through the grit and the tough and the, and the not so fun behind the scenes mess, right?
It really is. I don't think people understand the behind the scenes mess and how hard and challenging our jobs really, really are. The average person buys a home, every 5 years, every 10 years, and so you forget. And there's just so much behind the scenes. So it is super helpful to, one, have a broker that understands and has our back and puts up with our nonsense.
And then
two, have a friend that you can carry the load with or just run things back and be like, wait, am I crazy? Or are they crazy? What did you do in this situation? What should we do? And we are so lucky to have the support team that we have.
Yeah.
We are just so lucky to have the support team we have because we both do a ton of business. It's exhausting. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's the best thing ever.
Yeah.
But that support team is really clutch when it comes down to it.
For sure. Because, what probably people don't know, or maybe they do, but don't think about it, is not only are we carrying the load of serving our clients, but we're also carrying the load of our team.
Yes.
On top of it, and their clients.
That's right.
And their emotions,
That's
whether
right.
it's the team emotions or the client emotions, and also the shit. Because,
That's right.
you have to clean up all the shit all the time,
That's
right?
right.
So it's a lot.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
It is a lot. Yeah. The team, I know we're going to talk about that a little bit, but that does roll back up to us too. And we're responsible and helpful and want everybody to succeed. But that's more on our shoulders. And then families.
Wait, we have families to juggle
I know,
too,
right?
Carrie?
Husbands
And kids and cats and dogs.
All the things. All the things.
Your cats crack me up.
Yes. For those that you don't know, I have 3 hairless cats. I really don't like saying that out loud because it sounds really, really bad that I have 3 hairless cats. It sounds so weird. So we try to keep it on the down low, but here we are on the podcast telling everybody I have 3 cats.
They make
It's great.
cameos on your stories often.
They do, but somebody did recently say, I've never seen all 3 together. And I'm like, yeah, I know. That way I don't look like a crazy cat lady.
You're kind of the crazy cat lady.
No.
But what is it about the hairless cats? That's what I need to understand, because those things are, I mean, forgive me, because I know that you love them.
Ugly, they're cute.
They're so ugly. They're creepy.
So ugly, they're cute.
I'm convinced they're aliens.
They might be. They really might be.
Yeah.
So the thing with hairless cats is when Daniel had a big significant birthday one year, he's like, you know what? I had a cat growing up. I think I'd like a cat. And I'm like, oh, I'll get you a cat.
So it started as a
I'll
joke.
get you a cat. So we started looking and we found Ezio, who's this like super wrinkly, cute little gray hairless cat. And that started it. Then what happened is I was on Facebook one day and I saw somebody was moving and had too many kids and too many dogs and just a lot of life. And they had chicken and they couldn't take care of chicken anymore. His name was Gabe. And I was like, let's go.
And you renamed him?
Yes, his name's Gabe Chicken. Because he looks like raw chicken. Like, he really does look like raw chicken. But he is the sweetest soul you'll ever meet. Like, he's the sweetest cat. So I went over to meet him. And, of course, I fell in love with him. And we ended up adopted him. So these cats are violently expensive. Like, so expensive. So we paid for Ezio, but not even that much. We got him out of a house in Little Elm. They probably shouldn't have even had him. Anyway, yes, exactly. Then then somebody gave us chicken. And then last year, I was on Facebook again. Y'all stay
off
off Facebook. Get out of the groups. It is not good for you. And I saw this little cat, and y'all, she's got one eye.
Oh.
And she was wearing pink pajamas.
Oh.
And her mom couldn't take care of her. And I sent it to Daniel. I was like, I think we need this one. And he's like, oh, no. And next thing you know, we have a third cat named Wink.
Wink. So what was the first one?
Ezio.
Ezio.
Ezio's named after a video game that Daniel and the boys used to play together growing up, Assassin's Creed. So he's named after a video game character. Chicken looks like raw chicken.
And then
Wink, because she's got one eye.
That's cute, though.
So,
that's
yes.
super cute. But also, I feel like because your kids have like left the nest.
Yes.
These are your new babies,
They're,
right?
They're so easy. We can go away for the weekend. They're easy. They're
you
low
can go
maintenance.
away for the weekend?
Yes, they don't need anything.
How do you feed them?
They have like
You
a little
just leave out
automatic
food?
feeder. Yeah.
Oh,
They have automatic feeder. They have water. Like, they've got a litter box that cleans itself.
I didn't even think
It's
about that.
really the lifestyle pet. Like, you can go. You can be with clients till 10 p.m. Like, it's great. You're not having to run home and let them out. You're not having to walk them. It's great.
Meanwhile, I have Echo.
Echo's a sweetheart.
Oh, God. Echo's days were numbered there. Remember?
Fun
Remember
story.
on the
Echo
group
was
chat.
sent in a group chat, and
Yeah.
we were like, oh my gosh, who's going to get Echo? And Amanda got him, thankfully, saved me from
Well,
myself, and got Echo.
It started with just does anybody want to foster Echo? So Echo, at the time, there was some discrepancy on his birth date, but he was roughly 3 months old, mini golden doodle. Like, not mini, teacup
It was
mini
so cute.
golden
The
doodle.
cutest little picture you ever seen come across your cell phone.
Yeah.
And you're like, I needs it.
Yeah,
needs
but Echo knew, he understood the assignment. Like, he went straight to Derek and wrapped Derek around his paw. And those two, I mean, the first photo, do you remember on the way home, Echo
Yes,
crawled
in his
under
lap.
Derek's arm
Yep.
on his lap in the truck and
Yep.
just like laid back on. And now, first off, doodles are humans.
Aw.
I don't know if you watch any of the videos
Yeah,
online.
yeah.
I mean, they are legit humans. It's wild. And he was so freaking cute. And he had these big floppy ears and these huge paws and, you know.
He was cute.
And then we remembered why we don't do puppies. Because
She saved me from myself.
Yeah,
I did not
sleep
respond
for
to the
like
text message.
3 months.
She did.
And I mean, I don't know how Derek and I didn't get divorced because I was sleep deprived and he was sleep deprived and we were both sleep deprived and we loved this little animal but hated him at the same time. And I finally looked at him, I was like, I don't think I could do this. Do you remember?
Yeah.
I was like, Echo's days are numbered.
Yeah.
I don't know that we can keep.
I do remember.
Yeah, on the chat.
Yeah.
So, but we also found out that apparently he had been abused.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, he had.
Little buddy.
I know. He had terrible, terrible separation anxiety.
Oh.
Like, clearly they had been using the shock collar on him. He has a death-defying fear of vibration noise. And we finally learned it's because of the shock collar. And then also he hated the crate. Like you would put him in the crate to crate train him and, help potty train him when we would be gone, a couple times throughout the day. And he would make this god-awful, should I try to attempt it?
Oh, okay.
It was like,
boy.
we were like, what is that noise?
Buddy.
And we really, it was really sad. But now he just, he's
So cute. So
he's so cute. He's
But
so cute.
Lesson: stay off of Facebook groups.
Stay
and
off.
Stay out of text messages with people that work at animal
Really?
shelters.
I
Just
mean,
block them.
Yeah, just block them for your own sanity.
For your own sanity, just block.
I
them.
almost
Put that chat on Do Not Disturb.
Yeah, I almost got a little white furred version of Echo on Facebook.
No more.
Do you know Crystal Lyons? She had posted they found him on the side of the road and was like, I sent it to
No more.
Derek, and thank God Derek didn't see it in time because we probably would have come home with another one, and then I would have been hating my life for the next 3 months.
Don't do it. Lesson of the day.
Mm-hmm.
That's all we got.
Yeah. Okay, I want to talk a little bit first off about the first time you and I met. Because you remembered this, like it was so impactful to you, but it was not to me.
Okay.
In a different manner. Do you remember?
Sure. Yeah, sure do. I
Okay.
definitely remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear your perception
Of what had
said
happened?
original interaction.
Sure. Okay. So
Carrie didn't like me. Spoiler alert, she didn't like me at all.
Listen,
at first.
boundaries, people, boundaries. I'm pretty good at boundaries, and this is a really good lesson in boundaries. So what had happened is Daniel and I were in our home for a really long time. In our home for 16 years. This is where we raised our family. We have a big blended family. They're all out of the house. They're all semi-stable. It's kind of like whack-a-mole, but praise Jesus, we're doing great. So
They are good kids.
So we decided to list our home. And so at the time, you could not list your home yourself. Compass thought you were just too emotional. Like they see what we see and they're like, listen, you need a friend to help. So I enlisted Nikki and Louis DeBella, other real estate friends, to help me sell my house because I couldn't do it myself. And, we were there in this house for 16 years and I'd always wanted to move, but for some reason I was a little emotional about it. Don't know why. Totally done with the house, but seriously, I think realtors need to move every 2 or 3 years so we have empathy because it just hit me weird.
Yeah.
So we got the house listed. We're all ready to go. I'm bebopping on social media, going to post at all the open houses. I see this hooker had my house posted. And she was like, come see this house. I'll do a private showing. Open house on site. I was like, who does she think she is posting my house? So, also, unwritten rule in real estate is when you're going to go post somebody else's open house or their home or their listing, then it's just nice manners to reach out and say, hey, is it okay if I do this?
Actually,
and they get permission.
it's now required.
It is now required.
But at the time it wasn't. It was a courtesy
That's right.
thing. Yeah.
So, Spicy Girl. Well, and I think you did ask
I did.
Nikki, who
I
had
did.
it listed.
Yeah.
But little Spicy Miss Priss had no idea. So I was like, excuse me, ma'am. I already have this listed and posted. You can promptly remove that in my Facebook group.
Yeah.
So
she commented and I was like, oh God. And I was a brand new baby.
brand new.
agent.
That's why I was like, who is she? Who does she think she is?
Yeah.
No, ma'am.
Yeah.
No, ma'am. Boundaries, get it off. So anyway, and I don't think I was that mean about it, but I was kind of in my feelings, whatever, figured it out. She said that the DeBellas had told her she could post it. It wasn't that big a deal. But fast forward.
Yeah. So fast forward, we got to know each other a little bit more being in the same office.
Yes.
And my previous team, one of my partners, Nadia, was in a transaction with you.
Yes.
And so then we had kind of all been in the office together and we stopped and we were talking to you at your desk and just kind of like chit-chatting or whatever. And then it just kind of started to form over that time. And it wasn't until, I think it was like 6 months later, you finally go, I really just need to say something.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. You're like, I am really sorry for being such a bitch to you.
Sure did.
And I was like, what are you talking about? It never even occurred to me. I had no idea what you were referring to. And you're like, I'm so sorry for being such a bitch to you. It has really weighed on me. And I was like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
And you explained the situation. And I was like, oh, I didn't think anything.
She was like, you weren't even that bad. I was like, okay, well, just want to make sure.
You weren't at all. I mean, I do remember going, oh, did I do something wrong? And so I had asked Sarah, and Sarah's like, you had permission? I said, yeah, here's the email, because I had reached out to Nikki, and I had the email saved in my email. She's like, then you didn't do anything wrong. I'm like, okay. I was like, no worries. I'll just not go there.
Yeah.
But you were so sweet about it because you felt like you needed to say something.
See, I'm a good person. I'm a cool girl.
And I was like, cool.
Said
So
something.
she's
Let her clear
spicy.
the air.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, she's spicy. Check. She has empathy. Check.
That's right.
And also, like, she'll own her shit. Check. I'm like, cool. We can be friends.
That's right.
Yeah.
There you go. Isn't that hilarious?
I know. That feels like so long ago, too. I mean, it was 6 years ago.
It was 6 years ago. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That was in the height of everything. I will say, one of the things that really gravitated me to your listing was how beautiful you guys had done all of your updates.
Oh, thank
but
you.
also the way that you guys had presented it to the marketplace. The photos were on point. The videos you guys had created were on point. Even the way that you set up your open house, early on. Remember we had those like tech things that you could set up outside. What were they? Where you could scan the QR code?
Oh,
what
yeah.
Was it? Those were
So way back
cool.
in COVID, y'all, we didn't know what was happening.
Yeah.
Like nobody knew anything, and so we were trying to. This was when there were 30 offers on a house. This is when there was literally a line out the door to get in, but it was also when we didn't know if we should be social distancing. We didn't know if we should.
It was very early.
Lysoling anything. So this is early 2020, like literally March, April.
Yeah.
Something like that.
And we were deemed as
essential.
Yeah. And we didn't know either. And
so we're all trying to figure it out. But what we did was we were trying to be respectful of everybody's thoughts and feelings and how to do things, but also sell a house and do our job. So we made a little QR code on the door, and we only let like 2 or 3 people in at a time. And so they would QR code, it would text us, and then we would be like, okay, you're number 3 in line. We'll text you. And then as soon as like a couple people would leave, then we'd be like, okay, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, it's your turn to come view the house. And so we had like systematized it and like had it ready to go. And it worked like a charm. I wish we could still do that.
And also, it was such a brilliant way to capture people's information, so you could follow up with them.
I wish we
right?
could still do it because they had to text you to get in.
Right.
And listen, we are busy. If you're listening to this and you're attending an open house, we want your info to just to follow up and do those things. We are so busy. We are not going to hound you. I promise.
At least these two here will not. I cannot speak to the rest of the industry, but if you walk into a Carrie Himel group open house or an Aspire Realty Group team open house, that's not our vibe.
No, we want to help you. We want to get you
yeah.
things. If there's a good vibe and there's a good connection and we work together, fantastic. But we need to let the sellers know who's there. We want to reach out to you. We want to give you the information, and then we're going to leave you alone. But it was such a good way to capture info and to really do our job and to do a great job by the sellers. And we would send the listing, we would send the info, we would say it's your time, and then later that evening, go hop in the pool with a cocktail and follow up with everybody. Did you like it? Because it's going to be gone in 30 minutes. So
Literally.
if you liked it, we need to hop on it.
You're like, by the way, we already have 47 offers.
That was crazy times. That was so
$250,000 over asking, and offering to buy people cars.
Crazy.
What was the one that I saw? I think it was down in Austin. It might have been one of Lindsay Neuron's team, where they offered her client not only hundreds of thousands of dollars above asking, but literally offered to buy them a Maserati.
I remember this. I remember the cars, the cruises. I mean, honestly.
A golden doodle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they were sparse at the time, too.
That's right. It was a wild time. Not sustainable. So glad that's over.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Poor VAs could not get, like our vets could not get anything.
Yeah.
They couldn't compete at all.
Crazy.
Because with VA loans, they don't allow you to offer above
That's right.
list price. And also, if there's an appraisal discrepancy, you can't pay the difference.
Certain things that they won't let the VA pay for. So they just couldn't offer them. So they just couldn't be competitive.
Yeah.
New construction.
It was so sad.
Hello. Hello, new construction. That was our go-to. Your vet? Great. Thank you for your service. Do you like new homes?
Yes.
Let's go look at these.
Do you like warranties?
That's right. That's right.
Man, it was, golly, that was wild, though.
Yeah.
It was literally the Wild West of real estate.
It was.
And while also juggling, I mean, a pandemic, like historic times outside
It's
of
crazy.
the real estate, market. I mean, we are very blessed because we live in a bit of a bubble here
We do.
in Frisco.
We do.
Frisco is a suburb of Dallas Fort Worth. We're about 35-ish minutes north of downtown. And I remember the very first time it really dawned on me that we live in a bubble was about probably, I would say, 5 months into COVID at this point. And mind you, it was business as usual in Frisco. Like, people were in Target. They were doing all the things. Restaurants were adapting
open.
by offering, social distancing tables and also outdoor seating.
And to-go margaritas.
And to-go margaritas.
By the gallon.
You could buy alcohol on your DoorDash app.
Sure could.
You still can.
You could drive through, get a gallon, let's go.
We became professional alcoholics
We did.
in Texas.
We did.
Mm-hmm.
How to keep those businesses going.
Seriously. But when so I had to take a meeting downtown Dallas. I'll never forget. And it was like 11 o'clock, I think was the meeting time, if I recall. And so I was like, oh, it's going to be really busy on the tollway. I should plan accordingly. First off, I got there literally in 25 minutes. And I'm driving downtown, and it is a ghost town.
Yeah.
There was one person walking her dog at 11 o'clock in the middle of the week.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is okay.
It
Wait,
was weird.
what? This is like apocalyptic, And I'm like, this is crazy to me because it wasn't like that 30 minutes north in Frisco.
Yep.
And that was literally the first time I remember very specifically calling my husband, and I was like, this is insanity. It was the first time that I think I really understood the gravity of that time and sort of like what other markets were experiencing, metros, were experiencing, being completely shuttered down, and it really kind of broke my heart. And also it fueled my fire to want to help so many people that were fleeing those cities.
Those big cities.
Frisco in particular, really exploded on the scene during that time.
It did. And that was the first time, too, that I think there was a migration from the big cities, because Dallas has always been popular and just a cool lifestyle. And there was definitely a migration with more people and businesses moving from the big city life to the burbs. That was, we had an influx of other big cities moving here. We had growth in Airbnbs. We had growth in lake houses. We had growth. But that was the first time that migration from city life locally came to the burbs a little bit more, and it was palatable. Like, you could notice it.
It was,
and it's
crazy.
Been sustained. I think
it has. I think there's a lot of sticker shock for a lot of people, right? Because they're like, well, wait a second, but I know that they bought this for 50% less in 2019. Why am I paying this much more? I'm like, but you have to understand, the DFW Metroplex market in general was already a little bit behind the curve when it came to appreciation.
That's right.
And we needed that, to happen. It just kind of all happened at once, right? And now we're in that sustainable, healthy kind of 2 to 3% year over year, which is what
an aggressive jump.
It was an aggressive jump.
It did feel crazy for those 2 years, and it's really interesting now because people still think of Dallas or Texas being affordable, and I would say in the grand scheme of things, we are.
Yeah.
We are. But it's not like, I love those calls that we get every week, and we're like, moving to Texas, so excited. Got a budget of about $400K, looking for an acre, 5,000 square feet, a pool, maybe a 4-car garage. Let's go.
You're like,
we're about
to go to Corsicana.
8 years too late.
Yeah.
Like, it's interesting. So we are still affordable. We got some great homes and some great stuff, but that was a wild time, and that appreciation jump was the fastest in history.
Yes, definitely. But we are also, I think one of the reasons so many people were gravitating here is because we're such a strong economic anchor, in the U.S., frankly. I mean, I will say that our legislatures here have done such a great job in bringing in some major, major players to anchor sort of our economic state, right?
True.
Like Liberty Mutual, of course, Toyota, obviously you've got Cowboys, the Dallas Stars, the Mavericks, FC Dallas is here. The Texas Rangers in Arlington. Google has moved in. Taylor Sheridan is building his massive movie studio complex now.
We just have so much economic development.
Yeah, it's
and
crazy.
more coming. Like more. What's really, really interesting is more Fortune 100 companies are looking at the area, and we're just so centrally located. So one, if you want to live here, it's so great because you can really get anywhere in 3 hours, literally like 3 hours. Anywhere in the States pretty much. And then I think for economic development and for these big businesses coming in, which helps our local economy, like it's just a win-win for them too. We've got not crazy houses, we have appreciated, so we are a little more expensive, but we're still good. It's a win-win for everybody.
Yeah, for sure. And there is something for everybody, right?
There is.
Like there's the 1 acres, there's the 10-acre ranchettes. If you want to get out, you've got lake life, you've got city life. You've got more of that suburban mix, but also city life. Because like right here at the 121, D&T corridor,
So
which
much.
is the Plano Frisco, corridor, it really is like another downtown, right?
It
Because
is.
you can live
It
in the
is.
suburbs, in the master plan developments, or you can live in the high rises.
Yeah, it's really great. And then it's not uncommon to go to Dallas for dinner once a week.
Right.
It's not uncommon. Like everything is just, it's spread out, but it's still close enough to do anything you want. I tell people, I moved here in 98 and it was nothing. Like nothing. And so I tell people it's just getting cooler and cooler. And with all of the businesses coming in, all those economic dollars, like it's just getting better and better. Like it really is an awesome place to live.
Plus, literally a 2-hour flight to go to Mexico.
That I tell people, they're
On
like,
the regular.
"Well," like especially my California people that come
Yeah.
in. I'm like, we have everything but your beach.
Yeah.
But you can kind of get to it in the same amount of time as if you were to drive and set up anyway.
Or quick flight on JSX to Houston and get the rental car right outside the gate, and it's a 30-minute drive to the beach.
Easy breezy.
Yeah. You're 3 hours to the mountains to go skiing. It's like
Just so central.
But we've got 2 major airline hubs.
That's
you
right.
know, you've got American Airlines and also Southwest. So you
That's
can
right.
choose whichever one you want to go to. I can be from my house in Northwest Frisco to DFW Airport in 25 minutes.
Yep.
It's crazy.
great.
In fact, I just came from there. Well, right by it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to talk because first off, you're so fun.
Thank you.
And I absolutely love the fact that we have had the opportunity, even though, a lot of people think that we're on the same team. We're not. We're sister teams.
Yes.
But we collaborate a lot.
Yes.
Yeah. We've collaborated on a few transactions now, but also we collaborate a lot, not just on the transaction side of things, but also, in building a team and sustaining a team and sharing ideas amongst that, element with each other, with some of the other Compass agents, and then also, of course, our friend Tiffany Smith.
Yes. Love her.
Kind of like our little trio.
Yes. Love her.
Yeah. So what is it? Because you've been in the industry for a while.
A little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Only 9 years. Only 9 years.
Okay. But that's a little while. Yeah.
Enough. Yeah.
So what was it? What do you see as different from like where you've been before to where you are now as far as like the collaboration stuff? Does it become easier the older you get and the more established you become in the business?
That's a really good question. I honestly think it's a mindset.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a mindset. And I think the sooner agents understand that this is a relationship business. And it's not just a relationship business with your clients. It is. This is, I tell my team all the time, this is a combat sport. Like this is, we have to get out there. But this is a relationship business. And I think sometimes agents are short-sighted because it is really, really strange. We are competitors, but we're expected to collaborate. And so that's a really weird thing to think about when you try to unpack it in your mind. You can be like, whoa. Well, like, what if Amanda gets the listing and I don't? Well, the real way to look at it is, okay, that person was probably going to go with Amanda anyway. There was probably a relationship. There was probably a referral. There was something, or maybe there was something that I can learn from that. Like, what did she do that I didn't do? So I think that the sooner agents understand that it's a collaboration business, it's a relationship business, you are going to win by being friends with agents.
Yeah.
You're going to win.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many times my clients have had an offer accepted
Because
I have a relationship with an agent.
Mm-hmm.
And It's only, I want to be clear. It's because they know, one, I'm a good agent. I'm not going to give them a headache. We're going to do what we need to do. We're going to follow up. Like, we're going to get our job done. Like, we're on our ish. Like, we're going to own it. We're going to take care of it. And they're going to get to the closing table. And that's just priceless. Like, that's priceless. So I think that agents would be wise to realize that, to make friends. People in the industry, it's so hard. Nobody understands it like another agent. Nobody gets it like another agent or an agent spouse. Like, they just don't get it. They just don't get it.
Yeah.
And so I think it's a huge opportunity to expand your brand. Like, I talk to my clients and I tell them I have fantastic relationships with agents. I know you had a hidden question on there that I'll go ahead and hit on.
Sure.
It was like, what is something, like, what is a strategy that helped me recently? And I had this client that was moving in. We could not find them anything. They had specific requirements. They had, it needed to be private. It needed to be amazing. It needed to be so cool. We went up and down through all the inventory and could not find anything. Because I have a really good relationship with another agent in our office, she had mentioned maybe wanting to sell, maybe pricing her house, like maybe. So I called her and I was like, were you serious about that? And she's like, well, I mean, if it works out, it works out. So long story short, showed her home.
Was it LV?
They loved it.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
Is it?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I was thinking somebody else. Yes, it was. Showed LW now.
True.
Yes.
Yeah.
Showed her home. The clients loved it and got it done. But that would have never happened if I didn't have relationships, if I wasn't listening, and if that agent didn't trust that I would bring a good buyer and that we would get it done. Like, that could have been devastating for them to uproot themselves, try to sell them their home, and it just could have been emotional awfulness.
Speaking on that whole relational aspect and also putting yourself out there, I was at Tom Ferry. What was that? A week
Last week, maybe?
or so ago.
Yeah.
And Josh Altman was one of the speakers.
Yeah.
And frankly, I didn't know how that was going to go, right? I think he's entertaining, don't get me wrong, but I just didn't know, like, what kind of messages were going to come out of it. You know what I mean? He is a phenomenal storyteller because he does it in a way that it was impactful because you remember the story.
Yeah.
And one of the things that he said is put yourself in situations to rub shoulders with the people you want to do business with and the people you want to sell to.
Yeah.
And he actually talked about the time that he met Tyler Perry. First off, he was a new agent. So the first story he told us was it was actually an NBAer. And he didn't say the name, but I'm going to say it was probably a KB as the initials, based on sort of the circumstances that he had shared. But he was a new agent, brand new, had no money. He and his brother had lost all their money, went basically during, I guess it was actually during COVID, when everything crashed. And he wound up going into a coffee shop and started working there every single day in Starbucks. In walks this NBAer. And he said, I would bring the Wall Street Journal in and I'm like opening up to the real estate section and I'm like clearly making it very known that I'm this realtor, He's like, and I see this guy walk in. He's like, so I take my latte that I just bought 5 minutes ago and I get up and I go to the trash can and I dump it and I get in line right in front of him or right behind him, I guess. And so he winds up tapping him on the shoulder as they're standing in line. He's like, hey, man, he's like, really great fan of yours. He's like, just wanted to say hi. He's like, man, I'm a realtor. He's like, if you ever need anything, I got you.
Yeah.
And he said, the guy turned around and goes, what do you mean by that? He's like, I don't know, but I got you, And he goes, oh, that's funny. I actually was looking at houses last week. And he goes, oh, well, what are you looking for? He goes like, man, we can't find anything. He's like, I want a compound on, I don't remember, it was like 50 acres or something. It was this, that, and the other. And he's like, we can't find anything on market. Well, Josh put himself in situations to go and be around other agents and knew of one of the agents in LA who actually had a listing that fit this criteria. And he goes, I know you don't know me, and we just met, and this is probably really weird that I'm standing in line talking to you. He's like, but I have $700 in my pocket right now. I will give it to you if you will get in my car and let me take you to this listing that I just saw yesterday at a broker open. It's off market. Let me show it to you. And he was like, I don't know, man. He's like, no, really, I promise, I'm legit. Anyway, he convinces him to follow him over, and he winds up selling it. And it was like, a $10 million deal like that. And then, actually, that one might have been a $60 million. Only 60. But then same situation. He's like, I started going to the gyms where a lot of celebrities work out at.
Yeah.
He's like, wound up getting on a treadmill right next to Tyler Perry, strike up a conversation with him. He's like, I wound up double ending a deal with him later that day.
Wow.
Because of the relationships. Again, he had an agent who was looking for a specific criteria that Tyler Perry's third house wound up being.
Yeah.
And so they were able to work out the deal, and it was like a whole thing. And so those relationships really matter, but also taking that extra step and that extra initiative also matters, Carrie.
Yeah.
And that is something that you were really, really, really good at. You are so resourceful.
Thank you.
And you come with really great ideas. And, that is something that I have learned from you is just like, don't be afraid to pick up the phone and ask questions.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, one of the things I learned very, very early on, and it was kind of an answer to something like if you didn't have the answer type of thing. And so it's like, well, just say every deal is different. And 9 years in, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of homes, millions, hundreds of millions of dollars sold. Every deal is different.
Every deal is different.
Every deal is different.
Yeah.
And there's always going to be something that you don't know. And there's always going to be something that is new or has happened. I tell people all the time, every deal is as different as the seller, as different as the home. Like it just is. And so it's always great to ask questions, and it's great to have those relationships. But yeah, I would tell any agent listening, like, just put yourself out there, be friendly. Yes, it's competitive, but not really. Like it's collaborative.
Yeah.
So don't miss out on those opportunities. Don't miss out on those friendships. Like, it's fantastic.
And you spent a good amount of time building strong relationships. You've got like a whole kind of realtor bestie situation going on all across the country.
Yes.
And it's really fun to watch you do that,
I think,
because you're involved in Realm.
Yes.
You often go to various retreats throughout the year. And it's kind of cool, too, because I did go with you, what was that, 2 years ago to one locally. And you made connections to people literally all across the country because that's what you do. And I think that is such an incredible strategy on top of it because you are working smarter in building those relationships in other markets so that you can refer business back and forth to each other.
Well, I think the world is so small, right? I think it really is. I think when you get yourself out there, the world is so small. I love my agent friends. Like you've seen it. Like we've hung out together, and like I said, it's collaborative. Like if somebody's going to choose Amanda over me, there's a reason. Like let's be abundant mindset and not worry about it. Like let's not split the hairs and be weird. So I think on the flip side, there's just so much more to those relationships and fun. But I do make it a strategy. In fact, I was with my CPA going over my numbers yesterday, and they were like, well, there's a lot of travel in there. I think we might need to pull that out. And I was like, oh no, that's really for work. Like I really do go and I really do network, and like that really is a strategy. Like, and it's so fun because like my youngest son Baker works for me, and he drove to, I don't even know, to go pick up a car, and on the way back he was needing to stop like in Kansas City or somewhere close, and I'm like, listen, I knew exactly who to call. I'm like, if you need anything, Auntie so-and-so's there, text them. He didn't end up staying there, but they're like, yes, of course. There's a key in the back.
Yeah.
Baker can have the guest house. And it's just so fun.
It is so
that
fun.
your world is so small. And it's just great.
Yeah, and it really makes the retreats a lot of fun, too.
Fun,
when
yeah.
we do the annual conferences, And
Yes.
a mentor of mine once told me, particularly like when you're building a team and also when you're kind of building your circle, too, of those that you want to be around, she said to me, she was like, always think about who you would want to share a hotel room with.
Yes.
Because that's when that's somebody that you want to be around or somebody you don't.
Yeah.
And so anytime that I am considering somebody on this team, not that I generally will room with guys by any means.
Yeah.
I'm like, if I had to for any reason, like, are you cool or are you going to drive me batshit crazy?
That's a great lens. We have a lens like that too, and it's like, Are we going to be embarrassed to do happy hour with you?
Mm-hmm.
Or do we want to go to happy hour with you? Like, are we excited to go to happy hour with you? Then fantastic. If not, then okay, we need to think about some things.
Yeah. And also the spouses too, right? Because our spouses are very involved in these businesses, because it's our business. It's consuming.
It's all consuming.
It is so consuming. And so it was also very important to me that, my husband got along with their spouses in addition to.
Yeah.
And I know that you have a really good relationship because you have all guys on your team.
I do. I have all guys on my team. Yeah.
Which is such a fun dynamic.
It is. It's great. We have the best team. I would say don't come to our meetings. They might be slightly inappropriate. Like, I can't even promise what's going to be said in there.
Yeah.
But so I have all guys. And then it's really fun because then we get to talk about things like how to take care of their wives or spouses. And I'm like, gentlemen, there is never, ever a reason for you guys to ever miss on Valentine's or Christmas or birthdays or anything. You've got me in your pocket. And I've got you. Like, seriously.
Yeah.
Like last year, one of our team building things at our meeting was we made boo baskets for the wifeys. And I had all the stuff there for them to make the little boo baskets and take home. And the wifeys were 99% suspicious. They're like, you guys did this by yourself? They're like, sure did. We sure did put it together by ourselves earlier today. But yeah.
You're like, I bought all the things, but they assembled.
That's right. They did. But it's
for effort.
taking care of them too. And, because it's a lot of buy-in. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of long nights.
Mm-hmm.
Daniel always makes fun of me because I cannot get through a dinner without somebody calling me. It's awful. But that's the reason we're good at our jobs. Because if somebody's panicking or stressed or calling,
we have to answer
with one of the biggest financial decisions of their life.
Right.
And we put them on read.
We have to show up.
We have to show up.
Yeah.
We have to show up.
Yeah. We actually talked about that just before, starting this episode, which is just like, if the client asks you to be there, you have to be there.
You have to be there.
You have to be there.
Yeah. Or make sure they're taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think it's one of the things I'm the best at. It's also kryptonite because then I have to go around and make sure that Daniel's okay because I'm like, listen, like I know, I'm not present on date night sometimes because something just fell apart or somebody needs something. But I think that does separate the good agents from the great ones.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what gets you those referrals. And that's what makes people say, listen, they really took care of me.
So in a past life,
what
do you think your job was?
Oh my gosh. Like for real?
Yeah.
Or like in a past life?
No, like in a past life. What do you think your job was?
Oh my goodness.
I mean, I don't know if you believe in reincarnation.
Yeah.
I don't know if I do, but because, but I'm curious to know, what do you think you were in a past life?
That's deep. I don't know.
That's not on this
No,
list,
it's not.
by the way.
I told her, don't throw me questions that I have to think about. Man, I really don't know because now I'm like going deep in thought and I'm like, well, that would have been how many years ago? We're not going to like start adding, but like how many years ago would that be?
And
You're
then like 25, Carrie.
Yes. What would that be 25 years ago?
Okay.
I don't know what I would be, but you know what I wanted to be? What I always wanted to be?
That's what I was about to ask you next.
I always wanted to be an actress.
Oh, I can see that.
I grew up begging for an agent. I'm like, listen, just put me in.
Yeah.
Put me in.
Put me in, coach.
Put me in.
Yep.
Yeah. That's what I always wanted to be when I grew up.
I grew up doing that. I was in entertainment, but it's funny because my mom tells me or would tell me the story that I was like super young, probably 3 or 4 years old with these pigtails and like this pink frilly dress. And I went into this audition and there were all these kids and like very, very experienced kids. Yeah. And I was sort of like this new little girl on the scene. And one of the directors had walked out, I don't know why, maybe for a lunch break or something. And my mom said that I flung myself across the seats. And I was like, Mr. Director, Mr. Director. And then I sat up and I go, pick me, Amanda. And I was like, that's fitting.
Pick me, choose me, love me.
I'm like, but was I saying it like Marilyn Monroe? Like,
right.
Because that would be a little weird at 4 years old.
That's hilarious.
I can totally see you as an actress.
Well, I grew up so when I was little, I had short red curly hair, and I legit looked like Orphan Annie. Like legit. Like I'm telling you, like you just exact. And so people would always say that, and then that's what kind of started it. I was like, oh man, if she can do it, I can do it. And that's started my my thought process of thinking I can do anything.
Well, I always think that I can be a singer. And if I'm in the privacy of my own home,
you sure can.
Or if I'm Sunday fun daying at my backyard after like, a few champagnes or vodkas, I don't care if people hear me. But when I'm not in that element, I know better because
Yeah.
I have that high voice. Like, do you remember Fantasia on American
Yeah.
Idol?
Yeah.
People like with voices like Fantasia, and I don't really have a place on American Idol.
She did okay. She did great.
Do you know where she is now?
I don't.
Well,
But I remember her. We remember her. We're
yeah,
still talking
we
about her.
remember.
She did something great.
I just remember because I was like, oh, honey, love you. I mean, just, sweet and
Yeah.
yay, go high five.
She
But
made it pretty far, I thought.
we just don't have a voice for it. So, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Tell me, I want to talk about your Italy trip.
Oh,
You did a big trip this summer.
best trip ever.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Okay, best trip ever. 20th anniversary. So we went big. We did the Ritz cruise.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. We flew.
And it's new. Right?
It's new. The boat that we went on was brand new, but the Ritz
Okay.
cruise has been around for a couple years.
Yeah, but
So
your boat was.
Our boat was brand
right.
new. Yes, it was super fun because the week before they did a soft launch with a bunch of celebrities. So everybody's like, "Wait, are you on the one with Leo? Are you on the one with Martha Stewart?" I'm like, "Well, they were here last week, unfortunately."
You're like, but I
know.
the same toilet.
I know, right? I might have. Like we did.
Yeah.
I might have drank champagne out of the same glass that Leo had.
There you go.
Maybe.
See,
Let's just say we did.
I think, yeah. It's,
Close enough.
Yeah.
But we did that. The Ritz cruise was fantastic, worth every penny if you're looking into it. Then we did Lake Como, which we'd never done before.
Mm-hmm.
Stayed at Hotel Tremezzo. Fantastic. The best. Lesson in marketing and branding. Everything at that hotel is branded to a T with their signature orange color. I mean, everything.
Really?
All the way down
spot
to
on.
when you're leaving, the come back soon luggage tags on your luggage. I mean, everything is a lesson in branding. But went to a couple of the villas, renewed our vows.
Mhm.
It was literally the best trip ever.
It was
Like,
amazing.
The best trip ever. If anybody needs my itinerary, I'm super happy to share. It was
I would like it.
fantastic. I will give it to you.
Actually. Okay. Yeah.
And our little travel agent that helped us. Got you covered.
It was so wonderful. I mean, I was like captivated by your stories the entire time you were gone, and I don't spend a whole lot of time on social. Like, I
Yeah.
post on it, and I'm
Yeah.
very intentional in the morning and then in the evening to engage with people that I,
Yeah.
want to keep top of mind, right? But I'm not just a normal, like, I'm just
Stroller
scroll.
or consumer.
And I literally was refreshing just
Oh.
to see your story highlight up again because it was
Aw.
so beautiful.
It was so beautiful.
And I feel like everybody I knew at the time was in Italy.
I think everybody had an Italian summer this summer.
Yeah,
I really
it was
think they did.
It was definitely a big theme.
For
sure.
And now I understand why. Like, I don't ever not want to have an Italian summer.
Yeah,
It was
that's
just
what I've been
fantastic.
told is once you go, it's
Oh.
like it is a whole different. And you travel a lot,
We do.
I
We
travel a lot.
Yes.
and I've not been to Italy. I'm very much looking forward to.
Oh my
going.
gosh, you got to go.
Yeah.
So easy. The people are great. Food's fantastic.
Mhm.
And what's really crazy is you eat all the pasta and you gain 0 pounds.
Yeah,
It doesn't make sense.
it's okay. RFK's working to fix that.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
RFK, if you're watching, thank you. Okay, so talking about your social media, I want to talk about your ability to show up authentically because that is really important to me. I very much aspire to do exactly the same thing. I'm also very strong on social media.
Yeah.
But you have multiple businesses.
Yeah.
And you do such an excellent job in showing up exactly who you are and mixing in just enough of each of your ventures.
Well, thank you. I don't know how we do it. I really don't, but thank you. I would say one thing is just don't be scared to put yourself out there.
Mhm.
Like, just don't be scared. Like, sometimes people get really worried about, well, I don't want to take photos this week, or I don't know if I'm going to sound silly, or I don't know if I'm going to say something dumb. Newsflash, that is what you look like.
Yeah.
That is what you sound like.
And people
People
appreciate
don't
that.
care.
Uh-huh.
Like, I think another really important lesson is people are really worried about what people are thinking about them.
Mhm.
They're not thinking about you.
Mhm.
So I would say just suck it up and put yourself out there.
Mhm.
Post the dumb hairless cat with one eye. Who cares? Like, who cares?
Yeah.
And I think that's my motto is I don't embarrass very easily for some reason.
Mhm.
And I think that's that's my secret weapon is it's helpful. So I'll just put anything out there.
I'm the same.
Like just put it out there. And we work on that as my team. We work on that with people that aren't comfortable with social. I'm like, listen, this is what you look like. This is what you sound like. People know and love you. Like your friends know, like, and love you just the way you are.
And they want to support you.
And they want to support you. So just put it out there.
Right. Don't be afraid.
Don't be afraid. Don't be scared.
Yeah, I
It
tell
is what it
everybody
is.
just jump with my team. Bless them. Like I don't tell them. I'm like, hey, be here at this time and this date.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I'm bringing extra change of clothes. And I'll just turn the camera on. Like I just throw them on camera, and they're like, this is wow. I'm like, yeah, you just have to get out
Just
of your
do
own
it.
way.
Yeah. So I would say don't be scared. Just put yourself out there. Nobody cares. They're so worried about themselves,
Right.
what they look like, and what they sound like, the same things that are in your head. So don't worry about it. Just put it out there. And everybody loves you. That's why you have friends.
What is one of the most shocking things that you have experienced in your real estate career?
People.
Yeah.
People.
Not true.
Sometimes it's just shocking how people live or attitudes or thoughts or opinions. And you're like, huh. Well, okay. Maybe I wouldn't have seen things like that or thought like that. But
It's very revealing when you walk into somebody's
oh
home.
my goodness.
Like
Y'all.
people that you could have like long time relationships with,
Yeah.
and then you show up and you're like,
Yeah.
well, okay.
Yeah. Some of the funnest things are, going into a home or like even just a showing or maybe getting ready to list something and you're like, oh dear. We have some work to do.
dear.
Oh dear. Like, and then, having the courage and the confidence to be able to tell that seller, hey, listen, I love you. I respect you, but we got to make some changes here if you want to sell this.
Yeah.
But I think those things are kind of shocking. Or go into a listing and you're just like, did you understand we were selling this house? Like, did you not get the memo? Like when you go into a showing,
Yeah.
or
We're not filming a scene for hoarders.
right? That part you're like, wow, my goodness. Or go into a showing and people that aren't supposed to be there are there, like maybe a teenage kid and a girlfriend or boyfriend in the pool, and you're just like,
Yeah.
it's moving along. Like,
Yeah.
all kinds of fun, crazy
I've
things
had
happen.
somebody in the shower that
Oh,
wasn't
boy.
supposed to be there.
Oh boy.
And we would walk in for our showing time, like our actual showing window, and I would knock on the door, and of course they didn't answer. So you open
Yeah.
the door, and it's customary to be like, realtor, whenever
Yeah,
it's,
knock knock.
whenever it's not vacant.
Yeah.
And literally, dude was in the shower,
Oh.
and I was like, oh god. I mean, we didn't see anything, thank God, but yeah, that was really uncomfortable.
We've had those situations. We've had homeless people in new construction where you're like,
Yeah,
good times.
crazy thing.
Good times.
What about working with somebody on the other side of the transaction? What is the wildest story you can think
Oh
of?
my goodness. Y'all, there's so many.
I know.
Especially
Lately, I feel.
lately, yes. Yeah, I would just say, this is what I will say, because you know what? We're not supposed to disparage our fellow realtors, but I will tell you, all agents are not created equal. And there is a lot of smoke and mirrors in real estate. So it is very, very, very hard to understand who you're working with until maybe you're in the middle of it. And then you're like, you're seeing signs and you're like, huh. I think sometimes you'll get a deal done or you're working on a deal and maybe the agent on the other side just doesn't have very much experience. And you're like, well, we really can't do things like that. So I try to take on the mentor role. I'm like, okay, well, listen, it's my job to get this thing to the finish line. Let's see if I can help you. And then sometimes it works great. Like we can just get through it. We can do all the parts. We can help everybody. But then sometimes you get someone that's just not interested in participating.
We had one
Yeah.
where it was really difficult on the other side.
Yeah.
For a multitude of reasons.
Yeah.
And man, that one was challenging.
And you just can't, like, you can be as kind, you can be as mentoring, you can be as helpful, and sometimes they just don't want to participate, or they just don't understand, or they just weren't educated. And so everything is just like pulling teeth and makes it more difficult than it needs to be.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, There's been some. This year seems to be the
It's
most
special.
we've had in a while.
It's a special year.
Yeah, it's a special year.
Uh-huh. I feel like those, though, that stick around through it are going to be the ones that are going to be in a really solid position next year
Yeah,
when
for sure.
things level out, because it's, it's really, really hard. But also you're having to work 50 times harder.
Yeah.
Yeah. While juggling, by the way, spouses and
Yeah.
children and pets and all of that stuff. I want to ask this, though. You and Daniel have a really solid 20-year marriage.
Yeah.
And he is like your ride or die biggest supporter in this industry.
Yeah.
How do you guys keep that going?
Well, Daniel thinks I'm 100% ridiculous. No, he's very,
He's
very,
an
very
introvert and you're an
supportive.
extrovert.
He is.
Yeah.
There's been lots of boundaries and conversations and I think what we're learning is we both need the freedom to be ourselves. I need the freedom to go and do what I need to do and network and do the things. And then the freedom for him to be like, you know what, I'm not feeling into that tonight, and me not take it personal.
Right.
Totally fine. That's great. But then on the flip side, if I'm going to go do those things and go be out and be Carrie and be fun and have good times, then I need to balance it with like, okay, well, let's get a quiet date night in for you this week.
Yeah.
So I would say it's compromise. It's figuring out what we need, because we're completely wired different. Like you said, like Daniel's very, very introverted, very thoughtful, very pensive, and I'm just good time. Like I'm just ready to go. Like let's just go hang out and have a good time. And so I would say it's a lot of trial and error. It's a lot of learning, and then it's a lot of like, okay, well, I really need to go do this. And then like that's totally cool if you don't want to go. I'd love for you to go. I want you to go to everything. But if that's not your jam, then that's totally okay. Let's make it up on the back end.
Yeah, and it's funny too because we're very, very similar in regards to that too, And a lot of times, like, people will be like, "Is your husband real?"
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Yeah, this just is not his jam." He is very much a planner. He loves to, he wants to know when we're going on vacation in 6 months. Whereas I'm like, "Cool, I got an opening in my calendar next week.
go.
You want to
Where
fly?
we
Like,
going?
we're going in 2 days."
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Because that's how our lives are. We try to live by our calendar, but frankly, in our industry, we live by other people's calendar.
We do.
So if I have a break in my calendar and I'm like, I have 3 days off.
Let's go.
What are we doing?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it also, I'm completely with you. There are times that, I appreciate the fact that he is now comfortable just looking at me and being like, hey, I need you for a second. Like, can you just take off? I'm looking at the calendar. Sunday, you've got some time. Can we just hang out? You know? And I'm like, yeah. And when I'm home, I'm really good about being home. I've gotten a lot better on being on my phone.
Yeah.
Like, I'll often, like, we'll play a game or something like that. But as far as, like, responding to messages, you teaching us about the update that came on iPhone where you can schedule out your text messages was a friggin' game changer.
Yes.
And so I love that so much because now I can sit down in the evenings. Our guilty pleasure lately has been Southern Charm since we've been in Charleston so much.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, we'll sit in the evenings or whatever, and I'll start scheduling out my text messages for the next, for the next morning at 9 a.m. to hit. And this way, when I wake up in the morning now, it's like, okay, I can sit for a second,
you can chill.
have some coffee with him, and you know what I mean? Like, chit chat about the day or the morning or whatever. And it was very helpful when we went and did the last college visit because I was able, like, when we were winding down, to sit down and respond to everything I needed to respond to hit the next day. And
well, and it gets it out of your head too, right?
It does.
It gets it out of your head, so it's not clogging your head. You're not trying to remember. Those are my 2 phone tips that we do on the team. So the newest update, you can schedule your texts. So you just go in there and you schedule it, and you can say, okay, it's too late now. I'm going to get it out of my head. I'm going to send it at 9:36 tomorrow morning. So that is a pro tip. And then the other one is put your phone on Do Not Disturb. My phone goes on Do Not Disturb every day, 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. Now, I can still see it if I want to. I can still get in there, but it's not going to ding. It's not going to ring. And that gives me that little break. So I can respond to things as I want to, not as like an urgent, as a fire and chasing things. So those 2 help so much. So much.
It's a game changer, because first off, the spamming stuff is very
gosh.
real. And we get
Won't
spammed
stop.
all the time from
Won't
people trying
stop.
to recruit us, to their brokerages or sell us insurance because we're self-employed or
Our
whatever.
car's warranty.
Oh, our car's warranty.
Mhm.
I mean, I have probably,
Mhm.
2,700 offers on my car warranty right now.
Oh
And
my
I'm
gosh,
like,
it's awful.
bro, my car's 1 year old. Like,
Right.
it's fine.
Right.
But also for just people in life
Yeah.
too, to be able to sell I really feel like we need to normalize appropriate hours again.
Yeah, we
Because
do.
I was
do.
getting text messages at 2:00 in the morning.
Yeah, we
At
do.
6 a.m. And I'm like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
But also we're wired, especially when you're kind of getting started, you're so hungry that you feel like you have to respond because if you don't, they're going to move on to the next person.
Well, I
But
think again,
also
it's
we
a
don't have
balance.
to.
Yeah, it's a balance, and I think you teach people how to treat you.
Yeah.
You teach people how to treat you, and so if it's urgent, then or it's something like if it's something just super important, I will respond and I'll be like, okay, hey, I saw this and I'll take care of it in the morning,
Mhm.
or I'm at dinner, I'll get you in the morning,
Mhm.
or I think people understand that, and I think sometimes the lines get blurred because text messages are so casual and easy.
Yeah.
So before we would think about, oh, well, I'm not going to pick up the phone and call because it's 8:30 at night,
Mhm.
but it sure is easy to text.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think those lines get blurred. It's nobody's fault, but it's setting those boundaries for yourself and being like, okay, this is really urgent. I actually need to take care of this.
Mhm.
Or most of our deadlines are 5 p.m.
Mhm.
We're okay.
We're okay.
We're okay.
Yeah.
It's going to be there in the morning. I
Yeah.
promise.
Uh-huh.
Just
And
telling
nothing
them.
would have changed by then.
Nothing's going to change.
Right.
Just be like, and sometimes you just need to tell the client, like, I've got you. I see this.
Yeah.
Let's connect tomorrow morning.
Mhm. I think that's very wise,
Yeah.
and not just in real estate, but in
Yeah.
a lot of things,
Yeah.
in life.
Yeah.
It's okay to take breaks.
It is. It is
And
okay. We need it.
We need it.
You'll get burnt out.
Yeah, for sure.
You get burnt out.
For sure. I mean, business is not for the faint of heart anyway.
Mm-mm.
Being a business owner, whether it's in real estate or whatever,
Yeah.
marketing,
Yeah.
brick and mortar, whatever the case is, podcast studio. I mean, none of it is easy, and it takes a lot of time and effort and grit and response
And it doesn't stop.
it doesn't stop.
So the only
Yeah.
person that's going to make it stop is you. You have to carve out that time.
Mhm.
Nobody's going to take that vacation for you but you.
Yeah, I'm ready for a vacation. I'm actually going to DC next week.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
For your thing that you do every year?
Speaking at Congress, and
Yeah.
then I'm actually meeting with some of the Compass agents out there too.
Fun.
I'm gonna pop into a sales meeting on
Love,
Thursday.
that's
I know,
great.
I'm excited. It'll be good.
Oh, we'll be good.
Yeah. Okay. What is your kind of if somebody was building a business, I love to ask this because there's a lot of people that listen that are either interested in a change. They're tired of working for somebody else. They want to build their own dream, even if it's on the side.
Yeah.
Being that you are a business owner in multiple facets, what is your biggest advice for somebody who's considering?
I'd say bet on yourself. Do it.
Mm-hmm.
Bet on yourself.
What's the worst case,
That's
right?
the worst case.
You try and fail. And
That's right. I mean, and you look at those stats, like how many times do people fail before they get it right?
Yeah.
I'd say bet on yourself. No one's going to bet on you like you. Go for it.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
And also, piggyback off of that, ignorance on fire is a very real thing.
That's right.
Like the first 6 months of you doing anything when you don't know anything,
Yeah.
you don't care. Like
Yeah.
you're just like, F it. I want
Just
the
do
whole world to know that I'm
Yeah.
doing this.
Just do it.
Yeah, just do it.
I love that. Put it out there.
Mhm.
Hold yourself accountable.
Mm-hmm.
I think when you put things out there, like put it on social, put it out there, say what you're doing. That gives you some social accountability. Like
Mhm.
hold yourself to it. It's not easy, but it's worth it.
And what is your guilty pleasure as far as trash TV?
Ooh.
What are you watching now?
I'm watching Big Brother now. I have
Okay.
a group of people and we watch Survivor together and we watch Big Brother together.
Okay.
And we do like a draft. So we have our own characters
Oh.
and then we like text about it and talk about it. So watching Big Brother right now. I don't watch too much TV.
Yeah.
So it's fun because that's like a social thing. So watching that. Yeah, and waiting for Survivor to start.
What's the one that you're most embarrassed about?
I really don't watch like a lot of TV.
Okay.
I don't.
Yeah.
What did I watch?
Love Island.
Oh, no, I didn't watch Love Island, but my friends are so disappointed in me because they watch Love Island and they really
I
wanted me to
can't get
watch Love
into it.
Island so that I could talk about Love Island with them. So what I did as a stopgap is I watched Love Island highlights on TikTok, so I knew enough about what was going on so that then I wasn't ostracized for the conversation. They'd be like, "Well, did you know?" I'm like, "Well, yeah, I saw the highlight of it."
Yeah.
So that was my hack for that. Hunting Wives was ridiculous. The wigs
Yeah,
were ridiculous.
That one was ridiculous.
Um,
Did you watch the congressional UFO hearing yesterday?
no.
You should watch it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
You can find it all over TikTok. Apparently, there are UFOs as large as football fields and bigger. And then my husband told me this morning, I haven't yet seen it because I didn't turn on the news, but apparently there was a UFO yesterday that they tried to shoot a missile. I can see Joe's head nodding over there. Joe is our in studio technician and also our editor, and he's over there like nodding.
Wait.
They
A
shot
UFO
missile.
shot a missile, or we shot a
No,
missile?
we shot a missile at the UFO. Hold on, it bounced off of it, Carrie. Don't feel sad for the UFO.
Well, I just want to be friends with them. Like they want to. Hey, UFO people, do you guys want to buy a house?
Well, do you know the Nordic Blondes? Are you familiar? We have got to do a deep dive. You're gonna have to come back, and we're gonna talk nothing about
Okay.
Oh God. Okay. I know you like House and Habit also because you actually turned me on to her.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's a lot in regards to this whole UFO, like different alien species. So there is a species that they claim, allegedly.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Okay.
The Nordic Blondes.
Took me a second to catch up, but
which essentially look just like you and I.
Yeah.
But they're taller, right? And they're typically blonde. And they just like walk the streets.
Yeah. Okay. I know what you're talking about.
Undetected.
Yes.
Do you know who I'm pretty certain is one?
Who?
It's a brother duo, and they're the ones that are from like Norway, I think, or Sweden or something. It is the guy. Do you remember True Bloods, the vampire show on HBO way back in the day with Sookie Stack or whatever? So the blonde guy, like the main guy, and then you have his brother who recently played the new Pennywise.
Okay,
and he's got that like creepy. Mark my words. Allegedly,
I can see it.
They're Nordic Blondes. They're aliens. I guarantee.
I can see it.
Yeah, for sure.
I just don't want the alien ships mad at us for firing at them.
I think that there's two, from what I'm gathering based on these congressional hearings, there's like an actual threat alert from like the species that want to do harm. And then there's the other species that don't want to do harm.
So wait, we've got good guy aliens and we've got bad guy aliens?
Yes.
I got to catch up, y'all. I'm just slinging houses.
Okay.
I need to catch up on my aliens because I've just been selling houses.
Well, apparently we need to catch up on it because one day we're probably going to be selling houses to them.
That's what I'm saying. Like aliens, if you're listening,
I don't know.
We're very friendly. We don't discriminate.
We do not discriminate. But also we can't because of fair housing.
That's right. We wouldn't anyway.
Watch them.
I want to know everything.
I want to know everything too.
Yeah.
I actually don't. I like ignorance bliss. But am I going to sit here and act like it is not wildly entertaining? It is wildly entertaining. I watched the entire congressional hearing. There's now been 2 big ones, and I watched both.
I remember one a long time ago.
Yeah, that one was like a year ago.
Yeah.
And I watched the entire thing.
Yeah.
And it's just like
I didn't know that there was one yesterday.
Yeah, there was one yesterday.
All right.
I'm like, couldn't this have happened next week when I'm in DC at Capitol Hill talking?
Well, now you got something to talk about and ask the questions.
I'm going to be like knocking on their doors. Can I come in for? Can I get recap Cliff Notes?
Excuse me.
Excuse me.
Just a couple questions.
Hi. Are you a Nordic Blonde? Okay, thanks.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Carrie,
crazy.
Anybody, first off, you crack me up so much. I love you. You're a force, and you're so fun. I appreciate every phone call, every text message, we talk often, and we bounce ideas off often, and I really appreciate it. And we also laugh. Like, we talk a lot about not real estate stuff, which is hilarious. And I think you're so fun on social media, and I definitely want people to be able to find you because you are. It's just really fun to watch you.
Thanks, friend.
So, where can they find you?
The Carrie Himel. Carrie Himel was taken, so I had to go the THE CARRIE, like Sex in the City. Himmel, HIMEL. The Carrie Himel.
I mean, you are the Carrie Himel, so that's super fitting.
Yeah, come say hi.
Definitely follow her. Follow her team. You'll see them often in her stories as well. They're a great group.
Yeah,
we really enjoy them. You guys are, one of our top faves, as you know.
Yes.
And I appreciate all the fun and the trips and everything that we've done together. Definitely looking forward to having you back.
Just makes it great. Yay. Thanks.
I'm so lucky to have learned a lot from you and also to be able to, like I said, bounce things off of you. So thank you for that. I appreciate the tough love right out of the gate, right? Because it did make me, kind of like pause, like, uh-oh, do I need to do? And so then because of that, I actually learned to not just email somebody, but also like call them and say, hey, I just want to make sure that this is okay. Because sometimes infliction also matters versus just seeing something, on text or email or whatever. And so I now pick up the phone. I'm like, hey, I think I can bring you a buyer. Like, is this cool if I do? Here's what I'm thinking, and I'm going to give you listing agent credit. Yeah, so thank you for that, because it was definitely a learning lesson. But also thank you for apologizing, even though it didn't really affect me. Yeah, it's because it helped us form an even friendship.
That's right. That's awesome.
All right, guys. Well, that's a wrap on today's episode of Real to the T. A huge thanks to Carrie, of course, for coming and spilling it and talking aliens with me.
I got to go catch up.
You're going to have to catch up, and then we'll have you back and we'll talk about it the whole time because there's so much to go down.
Okay.
That is the rabbit hole you should be going down on TikTok.
Yep. Glass of rosé tonight. That's what I'm doing tonight.
Yeah. Good. Okay. I'll do the same.
Okay. Perfect.
All right, everybody. Remember the real, the tea, and always the sprinkle, because your story is what makes it shine. Until next time, you guys, stay fabulous and fearless, and always spill it like it is.
That's a wrap on this episode of Real to the Tea, where we served the real, spilled the tea, and left you with that motivational magic on top. If you laughed, gasped, or shouted same at any point, hit that subscribe button, drop a review, and share it with your ride or die. Follow Amanda on Instagram at Amanda Rupley, and catch the unfiltered visuals at Real to the Tea on YouTube and the Gram.